All right, all right. Uh-oh. Okay. So let's see if we are good on all three. Took a little bit to launch on one of them. We got one. We got two. And we got all three. So I'm going to ask a question I already know the answer to. And that's, are we live? I said, are we live? Looks like we are. Vigilante Wednesday here on the 150th episode of VW Casual. Richard's talking about you light my fire. I'm not sure what's going on here. Hey, colonizers. Hey, Cotton. Hey, Sentient. I saw something about the Balkans. I forgot. Something weird going on over there. I already said something about the damn Jared Leto weird cult. Could not tell you what else it was, though. Could not tell you what it was. Oh, you light my fire. You light my fire. I hate that it's like the Unk washed anthem. It's a good song. Shout out to Charlie Wilson. I think it was when he was still in the Gap, man. You light my fire. You light my fire. Shit, that's what they was playing at the damn Lions game. The Lions looked washed. Golly. We might talk a little bit of American football, essentially calls it gay rugby. Let's see what Fizz has for us. Hey, Fizz. Appreciate you being here. We got...
Why is Warner Brothers so afraid of having...
Okay, let's see about this. Well, this is a 10-minute thing, so we're not going... I heard of my Do a Shot. I've seen them before. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I'll play the beginning of this because it's an interesting question. Listen, if they could do it well, I wouldn't care what the fuck they do. But they're not going to do anything well. But we'll ask the question for the people.
Why is Warner Brothers so afraid of having multiple Batman? Because it seems like the reason James Gunn can't make a Batman is because Matt Reeves already has a Batman coming out. And they refuse to have competing Batman in the same year, let alone in the same universe.
Which is weird because they didn't have a problem announcing the Batman by Matt Reeves when they technically already had a Batman in Ben Affleck. And look...
So, yeah, that's enough to ask the question and really think about it. I know not everybody cares about the capes. And everyone's done. And I understand that, and I respect that. I'm still a vigilante. I'm sitting there about to try to use the damn gimmick from using my damn self, so I don't want it to totally fucking fall off as a societal goddamn thing. Granted, I mean, Daft Punk and MF Doom was really the influence, hence the synth pop and the hip hop. See, it makes sense. But you sick of hearing about Warner Brothers? I get it. Though I would say, Richard, me and you probably hear more about Warner Brothers because we're on Instagram as DC fans. You know what I'm saying? So, because like we both follow the question, we both follow like Susan Einsberg and different people from the DCAU. So we're gonna see more Warner Brothers shit than the most. Anyway, and I get it. You know, oh, shut the fuck up. My thing is they're not gonna do it well. And, you know, as far as you're talking about the logic of, you're right. They were ready to do two Batman on screen with Ben Affleck. And technically they did anyway because The Flash came out after the Batman. And you had both Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton and George Clooney as Batman. So they already have done it. It's just that they want to do it with this gun universe and now they're hesitant about it. But really, nothing matters if you're going to fuck it up. It doesn't fucking matter. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter how many Batmen they put on screen. If they're going to fuck them all up, who gives a shit? There's a reason nobody really cares about it in this chat. Part as we spent the past 5 years ranting about these things being garbage, but at a certain point, it's just like, okay, you make garbage material now. That's what you make. Nobody wants to see it anymore. That's how a lot of people feel about the entirety of superhero films right now, and for good reason. So when people are reporting that, hey, maybe our Robert Downey Jr. is thinking about leaving Doomsday and they don't have a script and they've already sunk all this money. People don't even care to laugh at them because people are just so tired of these films and they're waiting for them to die. They're tired of this genre and they want it to die, which is sad because it didn't have to go out like this. And I don't want it to die. I just want it to die down. Take 3, 4, 5 years off, reboot and come back with good ideas. And then once you make good material and you just focus on making the best material you could possibly make. You could have adapted different movies. You could have adapted different series. You had a lot of different material, both from Marvel and DC, to have adapted and just brought to screen, even in its animated form in some cases. And you didn't even do that. So, yeah, now everyone has superhero fatigue. Now everybody doesn't care, and you can put 70 Batman or none, and nobody cares. And that's what you did. You did that with both Zack Snyder and just lesser extent that last Christopher Nolan movie, but with Zack and James Gunn and James Gunn on Marvel side, and the Russo brothers and Feige and everyone by spamming movie theaters for 10 years with a superhero movie every 4 months, if that, and most of them being mid, especially the last 5 to 7 years. Nobody cares anymore. And you earned that. You earned that. So why can't they use multiple Batmen? Because they can't get one right anymore. That's the answer. That's the absolute answer. So, yeah. And I think they wanted James Gunn to succeed so bad. So they got a lot of money behind them, including those fucking bots. Like I said, if you can name another time you've heard this much hype about a mid director, I would love to know. They don't hype Feige this much out on the internet, but there's always somebody talking about James Gunn. James Gunn. Shout out to Ted Kord. The reason Robert Pattinson doesn't fit the wacky. That's another thing. They came up with this really wacky tone for Superman where nothing's serious. The studio feels like it's at a brand clash. Well, I think there's people in the studio, and listen, I don't like Batman, but there are people in the studio saying, hey, we released a movie and a show for Superman and a movie and a show for Batman, and the movie and the show for Batman were both way more successful than the Superman one. So let's move with the Batman one. Fuck Superman. There's people in the that's just, I'm looking at a number. The numbers are higher here. Why don't we do here where the numbers are higher? Fuck everything else. That's basic businessman bullshit. And I understand it, but again, creatively, I'm getting garbage all the way around. So I do care because I want it to not be fucking garbage. Greta Thunberg survives the Israeli drone strike. Did she make an art reactor in the cave? If not, I could care less. No, I don't believe anything with Greta Thunberg. I mean, that's pure CIA, Tavistock, Mossad. I don't even know where she's from, but just absolutely that she's an agent. So, I mean, I don't know if they actually, sent a drone strike after her or where she was, but that, absolute agent. But nobody would take admitted to protect their favorite corporation. It's my favorite corporation, Warner Brothers, but they're idiots. They're fucking horrendous. Deadass never seen this much glaze for a writer producer. Yeah, you thought it was Bruce Timm or Paul Dini, even Nolan. You didn't see this much glaze. What? Probably her neighbor crashed. Is a DJI toy. You never seen it. I want one of those damn drones. They're expensive. I'm broke, but I want one. But yeah, I never believe shit with Greta. How dare you? Like just the fact that she was even famous was just a front. Like, come on, man. You want to talk about industry plan? You want to talk about obvious industry plan? I mean, like, she's not. How do we know who she is? She's not just a 14-year-old or whatever she is. Now she's like 30, but you know what I mean? Back when they started that. Bruce Timm doesn't have the chops. I will say Bruce Timm does have some suspect stuff because apparently that whole Barbara Gordon shit is his idea. And so he does have a little bit of a gooner spirit. Maybe he we think of the Tim verse, that DCAU. Maybe that was Paul Dini and Dwayne McDuffie and everyone else but we usually give Bruce Timm a lot of that credit. I don't know how the stories and everything came out. You know what I mean? I've seen some behind the scenes stuff about, you talk about certain arcs, who wrote that, but you know what I'm saying? But Bruce Timm is just, again, who I think of they called it the Tim verse. Rather or not it was his writing creativity or just his drawing art, it was a huge part of my childhood and young adulthood. It's still my favorite stuff as far as media. Talking about Batman anime series, Superman anime series, and the 2 Justice League series. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. I haven't been watching as much wrestling. I keep trying to make myself watch it, and I always forget. Then today I just slept throughout the whole day. I did watch the football game. That was a pretty good game. Yeah, he got some hornball stuff. Oh, the Harley stuff was his idea too. The Harley animated movie. Yeah, he does have some gooner in him. I will give you that. I can't deny he does have that gooner character in him. I don't know why. I'm glad they toned it down for the series. I would have sucked to have gooner. Be saying boycott the NFL but watch the game. What's I said boycott Red Zone. I said boycott paying the NFL. That's what I'm telling you. Don't pay to watch them. I'm on the same type of time that Stephanie McMahon is on, though. If you got a VPN, you got other methods to watch the game, you can watch the game. I said boycott paying. I'll clarify it in another show. I've been doing the shorts. Shorts been doing okay. I'm going to do more of them. But no, I'm talking about paying. I'm going to still watch. I'm not about to pay these motherfuckers for the goddamn thing. I'm not about to pay. Can you believe the NFL really only run 4 months, but it's 8 payments of like $38 for the whole package, and you don't even get all the games with that package? Yeah, I would sell the high seas. Mel Sheila, shut the fuck up, Cincha. Yeah, boycotting. I am saying the same thing Stephanie had. If you got methods, there are other ways to watch these series. You do not necessarily need to pay these people. You got to not pay them. That's what I'm saying. So let me clarify my boycott. I got to do another short. I posted a clip from that movie talking about how the NBA lied about how many referees were gambling. 52 of the 60 referees at the time admitted to gambling. And this was the 2000s when you didn't have apps and all this shit. Every referee gambling. But I posted that clip, and it did okay on TikTok. So, okay, I need to get back to these shorts, especially since I need to just edit a music video for the first song. I have it mixed. I need to do a music video. I may do that even after this stream. Been boycotting DC for $5 years. Yeah, you watch plenty of DC though. Listen. If you're not paying, that still counts. Because that's all they give a fuck about. They don't care, we got a big number on Stream East. They don't give a fuck. They care about paid. It's the same difference. If I didn't pay any money to consume the product, that's just as good as. 92. You still can pay to see it. They used to be on what was that shit they had? I don't know if they call it HBO Max or just Max or what it is now. But they used to have all that shit on there. I heard they took it down. I don't have it anymore. I'm not going to twerk. I'm trying not to be in the damn vid. What I'm going to do, because actually I ordered green screen stuff, though. Like lighting and everything for this shit. It took me a few weeks because I didn't have the money to get it all in one shot. But I finally got everything together. So I'm going to edit together videos, and then I'm going to do performances in front of those videos. So there's going to be 2 videos for each of the EP. But I could have done one for at least the past week. Ice Spice twerker. I'm not going to do any twerking. No twerking for this, at least this album cycle. It shouldn't be. Ice Spice twerk off. No twerking. No twerking at all. No twerking required. But yeah, I'm gonna just edit together a video with like found footage and shit and see how it goes. Kind of like, I mean, we've seen a lot of those different synthwave videos when we did synthwave Saturday night and twerk for the NFL for free red zone. Fuck the NFL. Do it in whiteface. No, I'm good. Shout out to Drewski though. I seen that. They had Drewski out here in reverse. What's the motherfucker from Tropic Thunder? The character Kurt Lazarus. I know it was RDJ, but Kurt Lazarus. They had him in the reverse Kurt Lazarus. I could not tell that was Drewski. You can tell once you can tell, but it's like, damn. If you didn't tell me and this motherfucker walked around, I would have thought Drewski was white. And honestly, you know what? It's funny. Something else I've been. And listen, I don't really give a fuck. I mean, I did used to like the Beatles, but I don't care either way. If anyone's ever heard of Paul is Dead conspiracy theory, that Paul died in 1966, and they've been using a replacement this whole time. But what's interesting about it is just the idea of body doubles. And I kept thinking about, hey, we got two presidents that, you know, one grew's 8 inches after he reportedly died. Then recently there was the Orange Man dead, and now it's another motherfucker out there. And it's like, man, I don't know. 66 pick up sticks. Listen, I'm this body double, do I believe they got body doubles out here acting like motherfuckers? Maybe. I'm going to keep it real. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, I still don't know. Unless this whole time Joe Biden was a starting center and we just didn't realize it. And then, you know, there was been a few different alleged Orange Man doubles. And then, you know, that weird shit that happened when they shot at him, his ear popped, but now his ear's all right. But you think if a fucking bullet went through your ear, that shit'd be mangled. There's a lot of weird shit, man. Could be Alias. He's a grower, not a shower, maybe. He had a 7-inch growth spurt in his 80s. That's wild, but, you know. It's Sammy Sosa, man. I don't know what he did with his makeup. He don't look white. He looks like the Joker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he looks like he has, like, makeup.
Wait. The ice truck...
Dokes here's Dexter's thoughts. What is it? Okay, we get the shot to the Dexter meme. Now Trump was an FBI informant against Epstein. Who subbed unsubbed because you might unsub. That might even be the real Orange Man that you unsubbed over. That was a different dude. Speaking of weird stuff.
Killer did not hoard his victim's blood just to have a party at the Marina View Hotel. Why would he do that?
To chase me down the rabbit hole.
What was that, Morgan?
I didn't say anything.
Wait.
I never saw Dexter, but from these memes and him just constantly fucking with this dude, it's just funny, man. Surprise, motherfucker. Shout out to Dexter. Those memes got so popular, they made a whole new series for this fucking thing because of the memes. I think it died after one season, but still. Hey, listeners. So real JFK selling kebabs in a small town on the coast there? Maybe, maybe not. Hey, did Mustache Man go to South America? A lot of people think he did. Listeners watch 5 seasons of Dexter. Yeah. Pedro Pascal extended the meme. Never saw Dexter. Was a baby when that show was going. Yeah, because the show started, like 08, 09? Maybe more than that. What you mean I just saw Mustache Man? Yes, they could be in the DR right now. Nobody knows what happened with him. So the idea of body doubles and shit, maybe Pac and Big are alive. They just playing. That's nothing. You hear motherfuckers were playing different roles and shit. I don't know if any of this shit is true. A lot of Yassi's went to Chile. I heard they went to Chile, Brazil, Argentina. You keep seeing, always Argentinian with a German name. They got villages out there too, I think. He coming back. Well, him and Disney on ice, allegedly. That they kept saying Disney on ice. You ain't know that was a play on words. Because Disney's supposedly frozen. Yep, they freeze dried them both at Instant Dictator. And you back cracking. Talk about he coming back. He might. I don't know. I'm not a sci-fi tech level technologist, so I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they're capable of behind the scenes. They got places looking like they're in Bavaria. So, yeah, the whole body double, that's just a whole different world of thinking. Like, man, what if they, because I can't imagine that there's no body doubles, right? And of course there might be body doubles operating. You know, that's why they say, oh, this person got a clone or something. And if you know about what technologically cloning, like that's, like Kai Cenat could be Diddy's clone, right? Because it's like a child. You basically have a whole new child with the same DNA, right? But these other like Gucci Mane's clone, that's not you. If the thing is actually going on, it's not a clone. It's another dude who looks like him who's playing the role as Gucci Mane. Now I'm not saying that's what happened either, but I don't know. And so I've been kind of going down. I've really just been listening to this Paul is Dead stuff. Actually, the most interesting thing is that the Beatles didn't write any of their songs, or didn't write most of their songs. That's probably the most interesting and obvious and almost undeniable truth, that multiple writers and multiple people played on those songs, and they're some of the same people that played on a lot of people's songs. Shout out to the Wrecking Crew and some of those early studio musicians that got no credit for nothing, and they played on pretty much every song from 65 to 71 that mattered, and every album from 65 to 71 that mattered, and you think it's this group or that group, but nope, it's a fucking Wrecking Crew. So shout out to them. And they got a great documentary, if you ever look into them. But apparently they played for a lot of Beatles stuff and some other groups out of the UK, which this isn't. We know everybody use ghost writers and ghost musicians now. I mean, now we joke about how you might have a simple beat and a simple hook, simple verse, but like 7 people worked on the beat and 8 people wrote this verse, and then the one rapper puts it together. So this idea of having like 8, 9 people writing a song is certainly not new, and certainly was going on back then for other acts. It's just the Beatles was just another one of them, but they pushed that Lennon-McCartney thing. That's like almost like the research they present on that is not even really like it's. I mean, you can believe it or not, but it's pretty undeniable. Of course, this crew will get material out here. Better spending money on the real Gucci Mane. NFC North in shambles, or the best division in the league, ? That game today was pretty fun. Minnesota came back and then kind of dominated at the end. The Bears. Minnesota has a lot of talent on both sides of the ball. A lot of talent on both sides of the ball. Now, I wonder what – hey, I told you the Colts was going to be good. I told everybody the Colts was going to be good. It's in the fucking video. And I feel so good to be right. So good to be right about Daniel Jones. Sucks about the stuff I'm wrong about because my Super Bowl teams, the Lions and the fucking Texans, both looked like shit the first game. We'll see. I remember there was Sesame Street on Ice. Never went to one of those. Yeah, they used to have Disney on Ice, Sesame Street on Ice, and all that other shit. Yeah, it's a double entendre. Disney is also on Ice. Me and Ye in first in line to me. Man. There's a guy named Paul Schaefer in South America. Look him up. Just hit the Google machine off screen. Oh, man. I'll just read it. He's a German-Chilean Christian minister, convicted sex offender, leader of a sect agricultural commune of 300 German immigrants called the Colonial Dignidad, the Dignity Colony. Jesus. So he's like this weird cult leader from Germany who went to Chile. Raped a lot of people. Really fucked up. Really fucked up. So yeah, look him up. Thus the Clone Wars begin. Yeah, Streamer University was a freak off probably. Who the fuck would spend money on a Gucci Mane clone? Yeah, it's so much cheaper. Just hire a dude. Just hire a dude. You know what I mean? Now, do they kill the original one? I don't know. I used to hear about this stuff, and I just Gypsy Crusader. Yeah, make conspiracies fun. Like, when I got into it was like fun shit like this. I don't want to hear like, yeah, all the world leaders is child diddlers. Like, oh, yeah, they torturing kids. Oh, they selling kids out of the motherfucking Oh no, he's a white national. I'm gonna go ahead and hit pass. They said he's a Mexican Romani, anti-Semitic racist white nationalist. I'm gonna go ahead and not toss Gypsy Crusader out here on the streets. I'm good. He says it's funny. I know some of the stuff. What's his name? Even though I'm not a big fan of him, he can be funny sometimes. What's the guy that Kanye tossed out? Nick Fuentes. He's a white nationalist guy. Yeah, I did not know who Paul Schaefer is until I just Googled him, Fizz. Ninjas on Ice. Let's clone Gucci Mane, the Deep State. I don't know if it went all the way up to the Deep State. Well, maybe Gucci Mane was pretty popular. Gucci Mane was pretty popular. His grandson came Pedro Pascal. I don't know. I don't know Pedro's lineage. It wouldn't shock me. But yeah, it was excellent. You know, I just explained for Schaefer. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know why the Deep State does everything. I don't know. Listen, I wasn't a big, not to hate on Gucci Mane, but he's got some decent songs. But I didn't necessarily elect Gucci Mane either. Like, you know what I mean? Felt like kind of push. And hell, we found out a lot of these artists push. So yeah, the Deep State, like, you know what? We need to keep, there's not enough, we're not pushing enough ignorance. 13 and 50 is good, but we got to get these numbers up. We need more Gucci Mane. The old one wasn't getting the job done. Let's put a new one out there, new model out there to increase the ignorance. Because, I mean, it's already on record that they pay for sales and they push these artists artificially. They're telling you that with Young Thug talking about Gunna and stuff. And it turns out that everybody in the group snitch. Everybody in the whole group, they're all informants. They're all federal agents. All these people are federal agents. A lot of these guys are FBI agents. That's why it's like, yeah, you know what? Greg was doing this Gucci Mane thing. Let's give Tim a shot. They're FBI agents, man. They're like legit FBI agents. There's 1,000 new wannabe, and that's the thing. That's the gimmick. There's 1,000 new Gucci's waiting in the hood, and that's why you have a fake. That's why you come up with the Gucci Mane character in the first place. So we can get these numbers up because crime is big business. That's why even this Orange Man shit's a fucking farce. But crime is still big business. Still a lot of money. Everything you see, money is the answer. Did you know 10 plus 10 and 11 plus 11 equal the same thing? What? Because 10 plus 10 equals 20 and 11 equals 22. Ha 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 ha. Sounds gay. What sounds gay? I mean, going to jail sounds gay, yeah. No, it sounds very gay, which is why I hope I never go. But, like, I don't know. That the FBI and intelligence agencies try to influence the people with bullshit. I mean, it can sound, do you think it doesn't happen? It's like, it happened. Hell, metal and all, rock music was all that, too. Chicago, those become a PvP zone. But I don't know what to believe on that. Cause I saw it in some of the places where the statistics said crime went down, but I don't know. But is it? Well, listen, I don't know either way, right? And I live in Houston. In Houston, I almost got hit like twice just going to get some food just like 5 minutes ago. But I mean, that's not like the same as like being robbed, right? But one, like you said, it's nothing new. And I mean, I don't know, man. Are you really so like? I don't want crime. I think crime should be not done, right? But like, are we ready to live in like a techno-fascist checkpoint every time you go out the door type shit like arena? You know what I mean? Does this make things better? Crime, we juke the stats. But like, why not? Like, and I'm not saying stats don't get juked. Of course the stats get juked by the fucking U.S. government. I'm in different branches of the U.S. government. But like, it's not like they weren't getting juked. No matter whatever crime number, whatever negative number you ever get from the government, whether it's crime, unemployment, whatever, it is always being juked. Now, I'm not saying it's not more or less any other time, but I don't know what would have made it more or less. We should give Fascism a try. Real Fascism hasn't been tried yet. At least I don't know about that, man. You know what I mean? 50 people get shot one day. That's fucking bananas. I'm not going to lie. So if that's true, that is nuts. I don't know. I don't live in Chicago. This is really like, I ain't trying to say not my problem. We should give Meteor a try. No. You love Meteor. I don't know, man. Is this really going to help? I guess you're rooting for the Meteor. I guess there's no way but to see. You know what I mean? Here's one thing that, well, dinosaurs did nothing wrong. I don't know. I don't live in Chicago. I did live in Detroit. I did live in Charlotte, and I do live in the Houston area, right? I do feel weird about, and I'm not trying to say Detroit wasn't a violent city or isn't a violent city. I always feel weird about like the perception of people who don't live in an area talking about how good or bad an area is when you don't live there. And it's like it's always going to feel weird. And then we're going off of, none of us are in Chicago. We're going off of reports that say, oh, Chicago's a crazy place, so somebody needs to do something. And I'm not saying nobody should do nothing. Saying I don't know if I want military. I don't know. I don't know if that's something that has to be military occupation. I don't think that's crazy to say, hey, there's got to be somewhere between where we are and military occupation to make this better, especially when it's like, rather the numbers are being juked or not, I don't think something exceptional has happened with crime. If anything, I feel like maybe post-pandemic, that crime is a little lesser. Not that there isn't no crime, and sometimes social media makes us more aware of crime, but like, I don't see that like, but again, I still don't live there. Maybe if I lived there, I would feel this way. I would feel like, oh man, shit's gotten worse than ever, and I'm glad he's doing something. I'm sure there's people who live there that do feel that way. I saw a video where a motherfucker said, hey, you don't live here. We need to do something about the crime. I'm glad he's doing this. So, I don't know. That's why I'm saying I don't fucking know. Palantir's on, well, hey, like I get the stock price up. Shout out to Palantir. I need to get more stock, honestly. Need to get more stock of Palantir while I can. I would suggest that too. I mean, I'm not trying to be, buy the evil company, but I mean, like, shit. Listen, we talk about, take the money you was going to spend on the NFL, get Palantir stock. Thank me later. Literally, if you take the money, I'm not bullshitting now. Now we've come up with a practical solution. If you were going to spend hundreds of dollars on streaming services and shit for the NFL, put that into Palantir stock. I guarantee you'll be happier. Put it into Palantir stock. Fucking pirate the NFL. That's the solution we done came up with. I can't fix Chicago. I can't fix DC, Baltimore, Detroit, New York, LA, Oakland, Houston. I can't fix these cities, but I can fix your pocket. Don't pay for the NFL. Get Palantir stock. That sounds kind of evil because Palantir's an evil company. They are, but they're going to make money, and that money you gave to the NFL will never give you much love back. It's just a bill. So instead of spending $500 in the NFL, get $500 in Palantir stock. You'll make more money off it. Gamble the chat away. Goddamn right I am. Shit, y'all lucky I ain't got no fucking gambling plugs. What's that shit? They got some shit now that you can legally gamble in Texas because you can't really, but there's some fucking rule around it, and they got some shit called Underdog. Y'all lucky I ain't got enough of an audience, or else they would have gave me some money. This would be right when I tell you about Underdog and how you can get extra sports bet and you put in the keyword vigilante. This would be right what you would be getting. Palantir is publicly traded. Palantir is publicly traded, and I own a little stock. And I need to get more. I would suggest you get more. Zeus is still here. Zeus is still haven't heard of Zeus in a while. I'll post a picture on Instagram of Zeus to prove that he's here. But yeah, shit, y'all lucky I ain't got no underdog or no other like sports bet. Zeus sold Zeus's hair. No, he could use a haircut. His hair's not that bad. Shout out to Dog Jelani. Shout out to Dog Jelani. He's a cute dog. I love Dog Jelani. Keeping me from going insane. Which, as you can see, is not that there. You selling to bald black women. Yo, that's a whole nother can of worms. I don't know why our women wear other people's hair. I've never understood it my entire life. Never. I never will. We'll just die not getting it. But yeah, I can't solve these things. And I think Cotton said problem, reaction, solution. That's my issue. It does sound too problem, reaction, solution, right? It's not like the government has ever been the biggest drug dealer in the country before. Oh, wait, they have. You know what I mean? Multiple times, right? And so then you like create a problem. And it's not like the government hasn't helped make these cities what they become, because they have. So you create a problem. Here's the reaction. Here's the solution. Everybody applauds, and now we got militarized check zones everywhere in the fucking country, and you can't go anywhere without your real ID or your ID chip. I mean, you could have the old ID, but you gotta go through more process. So you just get the ID chip because it's just in your arm, because it's just easier. You don't know what else the chip can do, but it's just easier. And you so used to, when they tell you, oh, yeah, it's taking all your biological information and this and that and third, and so third parties. You don't give a fuck because you've been selling your fucking information to third parties since before you were born on your phone, and you're just with it. Dog wigs, that'd be crazy. But digital ID, yeah, it's so convenient. It's so convenient. So that's the thing. So just to go down the store and get potatoes. Job, Jensen. You know what I mean? You gotta have your digital ID ingrained in your asshole so it can just scan you and let you go. What you don't want to be scanned? What's wrong with you? You got something to hide? You know, go ahead and put the real ID in your asshole like everybody else. Stop being problematic. So that's my real thing, man. But the orange man said it, not the liberal, so that means it's good. Thank God he said it. Thank God it's his idea. You know, thank God all the big tech became conservative right after the orange man won. So now we can blindly just do whatever they want us to do. Of course, you didn't spend all your corporate credits. Yo, what the fuck? What's my problem? I can't. We want to kill racism in the chat by laughing racist jokes. The dog's weed for the black woman that wants that white smell is wrong. I feel like you should be getting timed out for that, but it was too funny for me to do it. Yeah, it actually mostly is Indian woman hair. You're correct. More accurately, selling Indian women hair to black women and horsetail hair. Yeah, you're not kidding. I knew what you meant. Hey, I started it. From Shangita to Shaniqua. It's the circle of life. The honky stank on queen. It's crazy. It's crazy. This is why nobody watches. It's you guys. Have your own hair. Congrats. I still got my own little hair. I ain't going bald yet. I ain't going bald. Yeah, actually, I might even get braids. Even though I am getting gray. My hair is going super gray. I'm starting to look super old. It is what it is. It is what it is. Thank y'all for joining me. I'm trying to think, was there anything else I want to talk? I did, like, the body double thing I want to talk about. I found that interesting. Hair pass. Oh, Lord. No more passes. This show can provide no passes for anything. Shout out to the bot on Kick Appreciate that. Tired of streaming to zero. I actually am tired of streaming to zero. High risk lineage EQ. To be honest, I've been on Kick and Twitch forever and got no new followers. I mean, I got followers, but nobody watches. It pisses me off. I still have not played Fallout on stream. I still have not. I still never finished. There's a couple games I didn't finish. I didn't finish Final Fantasy VII Reboot or Rebirth or whatever it was, the second one. I never finished it. Twitch is for chicks with skirts on. True. And Kick is just for Nazis. I don't know. Like, what's weird is I've been on Kick since basically it launched. And it never pushed me ever. To this day, fucking TikTok will push me more than really TikTok has been no platform has pushed me as well as TikTok, and I don't use it as much, which I'm trying to change. If you've been paying, Listless is playing Fallout. See, Listless, you could just stream Fallout, so then I won't get yelled at. You should stream. That you have a pass to stream. There's a pass. But I may try. I don't know. One of these days. Just the same as I always give. One of these days, it'll just happen. I'll be honest. I am worried about you backseat gaming me though, because it'll make it so unfun, right? But at the same time, it may be unfun for you. Not that I wouldn't ask for help. I will ask for help because I will. And I know you got the tutorial on your channel, and I may check that out as well about how to. I think it was like how to build your character. So I'm gonna want some backseat game. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't want too much. I still want to, discover stuff for myself, type stuff. Never used Kick. You have a sci-fi role-playing account on Blue Sky. I've never used Blue Sky. That's the Twitter alternative. No, don't do it in blackface, please. You would get more black people if you just were a white girl. I mean, that's not a proven fact. There was a texting app named Kick, but it was spelled differently. So I think that was a different app. It was just spelled K-I-K instead of K-I-C-K, which this app is spelled. Yes, it's a Twitter alternative. Okay. Always use the platforms you get comfortable with. So if you're comfortable there, do it. Use it. Because, I mean, all these platforms is only... You can't... I don't believe you can get right on all of them. I think that's just stretching yourself too thin. I'm down to 3. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, fuck everything else. I'm not going to do everything else. And I don't even use TikTok as a person. I only use Instagram and YouTube. I'm posting short stuff on TikTok. And I am doing more shorts. Part of that's because I'm going to have to anyway for the music. But it's like, let's get into... Especially because you can do under 3 minutes. It's like I can come up with an idea take 3 minutes. So if you have noticed, you might see more of my short form content, or just more of me using my phone to make videos in general. And I do want to still do long form stuff. Like once I can get these projects out, I want to start working on some documentaries and stuff like that. Do you throw like a girl OG? Playing about melee, barely using guns, throwing grenades at people. That's pretty cool. Go have a chat full of brothers donating to get her friend. Yeah, you would, man. Not trying to. And you don't have to do anything special. You don't have to. This isn't like, I'm not about to do. No, all you got to do is just be a girl gaming. That's it. Knows how to WNBA die after the dildo throw and stop. Yeah, because it wasn't alive. Twitter is awesome. I got 3 posts, limited views because of hate speech just this morning. So, hey, if that's what you are comfortable with Twitter, I think you comfortable with Twitter. As you can see, 3 in one morning. That means you know what you're doing. So if you're comfortable with the platform, just use it. Still get people sometimes take 5 grenades. Who counted? Can't people awesomeness. That's my brethren. Yeah, man, you were the biggest thing in sports for a good few weeks. And then it was a bet on what color it would be, whether it was the lime green, then somebody threw the purple down. You could beat people with a dildo bat, Saints Row 3. Can't you do that in what's the shit? The newer Cyberpunk? Being racist is pretty fun. I thought you were a woke liberal. What the hell? You have all sorts of bills in Fallout New Vegas. Probably. Yeah, I think in Cyberpunk you can have you could probably do it in New Vegas with mods too. If y'all, I mean, I'm not trying to put dildos out there for the people, but since I'm sure there's a dildo mod, because there's a dildo mod in every game. There's a mod in everything. There's probably a dildo mod for Tekken. Shit, not that I want one, but I don't need to play New Vegas. The show is doing New Vegas from season 2. Let's see. How is this show? I've heard mixed things about the show, but it seems to be that some people like it since it, went to season 2. The Fallout show, talking about to listeners. You get attacked from both sides now. It's liberating. It's almost like, what's the one chick? Oh, she's the writer, Harry Potter writer, J.K. Rowling. Where like the left hater if there's something about trans, but then the right hater when she race swaps somebody. And she's been able to farm that hate like to market her products. It's like, wow, she really she's got this marketing shit really at a high level. They say she's a witch, and like shit like that makes me think it's true. Like, yeah, that's some witchcraft to be able to use politics on both sides to market your shit. That's some fucking witchcraft type shit. But now Cotton's dabbling in it. There's a naked Harley Quinn mod with a peen. Yo, I'm good. Nexus mods for all of Arkham Knight has 5K downloads. I'll pass. Haven't watched it. Next season trailer look awesome. I see. Show isn't good. It's only good for people who don't like the source material. You're penetrating the culture. 60s in Houston feels weird. Is that I slept during most of the day? So I couldn't tell how hot or cold it was. It didn't seem like it was that hot, though. Last episode of Alien was stupid. Now I'm mixed on it. Penetrating the culture. It's crazy. What'd you think about the Rams game? I mean, to be fair, the defense, you can't get too mad at. They only held the Rams to 14 points. They did put, what's his name, down a few times. Stafford. But, man, that offense killed me. I won 5 out of my 6 fantasy football games. The one I lost is the one I had C.J. Stroud and Nico Collins starting on. That offense fucking killed me. I was talking about Brandon with the sports ball, and you as far as the fallout. Being anti-Semitic doesn't mean I give a fuck about freeing Palestine. That could I guess. Well, they're not with people. Don't understand people do it for the love of the game. So they think, oh well, you just you're just trying to free Palestine. And like nah, you this is some for the love of the game type shit for you. So that's what they don't understand. But yeah. So I'm not sure if Brandon Holland's still here. But I wanted to see what he thought. I was upset. My 2 Super Bowl teams lost. It was the first game of the season. Still plenty of season left. But both looked pretty pitiful on offense. And the Lions looked bad on defense, too. Just, oh, man, I do not like that, Richard. If you don't like this, you must like that trend. Is Christ is King anti-Semitic? Now, that's wild. Now, that's wild. That's how you know we're in a demonic time. But, yeah, that trend has been going on for a while. But it's getting worse and worse. I've noticed that. Actually, I noticed it in 2020, where it's like, oh, you must be a liberal or you must be a conservative. No matter, and there'd be some other conversation that had nothing to do with politics. And, that was 2020 was the start of that. Yeah, it started a little bit before with some of the movies and video games. But as far as this, like, really hitting the layperson, it was 2020. And it was, oh, if you don't like this, you must be that. And now it's just gone so crazy. Because what it is it's a way of people dishumaning or dehumanizing people who don't agree with them. It's a way of saying, okay, if you have, you're not like a real human. You're one of these people. And I think politics is a big way of doing that. Oh, you're a Trumper or you're a liberal. So I don't have to listen. You're not like a real human because you're only a Trumper. You must be subhuman. Or you're liberal. You must be subhuman. Now, looking, like I like Christopher Reeve, not Henry Cavill. Yeah, they get crazy when you bring up the original Superman movie as being the like superior one. Because they so used to the Snyderverse. It's like, I sat through the Snyderverse. There were some positives and negatives, but I wasn't like hardcore for this thing. America First being anti-Semitic is wild. That's wild work, especially given how pro-Israel the quote-unquote America First president is. Technically, he was Jewish. Yeah, they glitched out and don't know what to say. Yeah, I had said that in the post. There's got to be a balance between being way too dark and way too bright and nonsensical. It's like, what is that balance? Like the original Superman? Like, they did it the first movie they ever tried? Like, you know what I'm saying? Being Christian is anti-Semitic. Wow, that's dark. That's dark. Super dark, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Only thing they say it's too old. Like, so what? Like, yeah, that's crazy. There's a reason. Listen, there's a reason the fucking Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies hold up. There's a reason that the Christopher Reeve first two movies hold up. It's good movies. It'll be, they're not perfect movies, but they're good movies. It'd be nice to get back there. Yeah, Affleck was not that great of a Batman. Now, I did like some of the decisions they made with his costume. I really like that costume. But him, he was just being Ben Affleck. You'll be surprised with the Talmud. I've not heard nothing positive about that. I know the Talmud says a lot of really crazy shit. Says you hate Patterson, you must be a Snyder guy. Yeah, right. Really? I like Bale too. Hell, I don't even mind Val Kilmer. Yeah, it was a goofy, you got fucking Jim Carrey and spandex and shit. But I'll take that over Ben Affleck and Patterson. I don't give a fuck. No, they're not getting better with time. And shit, I'll say one thing about the Val Kilmer one. They had the coldest promotional material as far as those glasses like everybody had in the hood and all those different toys and shit like that. They had a cold promotional rollout. I will say that, but Batman are not getting better with time. The last couple have been pretty mid to bad. I almost, they're going to supposedly do a new one. That's what we started off the show with. Why won't they or should they do another Batman at the same time? I mean, they're not going to do it. If they do a good one, it would be great. I heard a rumor they might. I've heard a bunch of different people rumored for Batman. I heard another one. If they do Zac Efron, I'm like, okay, they're clearly doing something purposely. They're clearly going after old child stars to do Batman. Ugh. That's pretty fucked up. I'm not going to repeat that. I wish I could block it out of the chat. They want to end the Batterson stuff. Well, that's the thing. I'm not so sure. I think there's a few people who want to extend the bat. I think that was the take before the Superman shit actually dropped. and before the numbers for Peacemaker actually drop. I think that's what they were trying to do, Fizz. But I think since now that we have the numbers and the Batman, listen, was those numbers probably fudged? Probably. But it says they made 772, almost 800 million for that first film. And it says 3 million people want to watch the Penguin show. And it says 600 million for this first Superman film only 3 years later. And was not less than 1 million people want to watch Peacemaker. So that's a movie and a show with each universe, and one is clearly more profitable and gets more fan interest. It's like not even close. So I don't know what they're gonna do. NFL is rigged. I've heard I've heard the Talmud is evil, and that doesn't show it. Yeah, let him finish his story too. I'm with that. Like, come on, we done started this shit. The hype is with it. Y'all not gonna generate nothing with hype because don't nobody really want to see this bullshit. The incels have spoken. They want more of this Patterson. Maybe you guys, I think you could do a better movie if you get a second shot and you don't make the movie 4.5 hours and just make it a simple. And maybe since he's more experienced, he can just fucking succeed more and not look like a putz the whole time. So maybe if you're doing that, you can put together something decent. At least, like I said, on the Val Kilmer level. I don't think you guys could put something on the Michael Keaton, Christian Bale level, but you guys could maybe put together something that's at least as good as Batman. What's that? Batman Forever. You might be able to do that. The reason all this is Clayface is being filmed now. So yeah, they got to make a decision right now. I've heard some people say that they already made it because the icons are different for like Gotham City Police and all that. But I mean, that doesn't mean that's not the end of the world. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Wade, as far as NFL, like don't pay pirate the NFL. I said boycott Red Zone, but I watched and people made fun of me for still watching the games. But I didn't pay to watch those games, and I'm not gonna pay. So don't pay. Don't pay to watch the ESPN. Don't pay to watch the NFL. And yeah, it's too fucking confusing. Don't pay for that shit. New one's called Purple Zone. Is that real or not? I couldn't even tell you if it isn't. Brandon Holland. And what did you think about the game? What did you think about the Texans and the Rams? I mean, defense looked good, but the offense looked trash. Doesn't matter how many people will watch. Imagine people disappointed. They got to just keep for what they going. And I think even this Clay, I think they need to just bring it in into this universe. And the tone is a little off, yes, but it's not like the stuff that was in that Batman film was all like reality, right? Like there was a lot of extended reality in that fucking film. So, yeah. Jalen Carter was like, hey, Dak, I just saw this on Sinners. Oh, no. I wonder if somebody has made a Sinners joke to Josh Allen already. I missed that game. I slept through that one where Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson put it on the show. Just making Joker move versus Patterson. I would like Joker to not be in this damn series if I could help it, but I know that's not going to happen. Haven't played a Batman game. Well, you know what? You say that. They got Lego Batman. And there's a lot of hype. Lego Batman 4, believe it or not, is getting a lot of hype on the internet because they're doing a lot of fan service with that game. To like putting in old comic books, old movies, all sorts of stuff in that game. So actually Lego Batman 4 is the game that a lot of people are going to be excited for next year. Just don't watch movies till Hollywood gets their shit together. Yeah, that's what it is. You got to boycott a lot of this stuff. It's not just when we're talking about the NFL and sports, man. These corpos, they keep putting out garbage because they think we'll just keep fucking pay for it. And again, if you don't want to pay for it, there's ways around it. If you just feel like, oh man, I can't help it. I mean, I can't help it, right? But I am still an NFL fan for some stupid ass reason, even though I know it's rigged as shit. I just hope they rig it for my team one of these fucking years. But you're right. Don't watch movies until they get their shit together, and they might start making good movies. Yeah, he said I saw this. I said it. You know what? The Lego games, I feel like they're putting a lot into this Lego game, and they do have open world Batman movie or games already, but I think they're putting a lot into this Lego one. But you're right, Cotton. You keep paying for slop, you're gonna keep getting slop. It doesn't matter what genre of entertainment we're talking about. Might do ESPN with Hulu Folds. Barely even watch your team versus the Titans. Who'd you have? Was the Broncos? I think they. I kept seeing the Titans. Man, they kept dropping fucking balls. The poor fucking rookie quarterback. I don't know what Calvin Ridley was doing. I saw him drop at least 2 or 3 times. Tone deaf. Yeah, we got it. Because it's so widespread. That's what's weird. There was never a time where every piece of media was conspiring against the people all at once until the recent time. And so I think a lot of people just aren't used to the fact that, hey, no matter what you're trying to watch, it's trying to milk the most money out of you while giving you the worst quality product. Whether you're trying to play a video game or trying to watch a TV show or going to see a movie or going to listen to an album. Now, albums, you do have independent artists, so you have some leeway. And even video games, there's indie games. So there's some leeway outside the corporate system in those 2 genres, but they still are nowhere near the peak of corporatedom, right? And that's what people still expect to get their media from, no matter what you tell them. And I'm just the same, right? As much as I want to be this independent guy, yeah. And man, I still got some of that too. So the game was pretty expected. I thought the fucking offensive line was at least not the worst offensive line in the league, but PFF seems to be right about that. So you're more into college sports, fair enough. Yeah, you are. You do. Well, you know what? How do you feel that college is now pro because of the money? It's basically semi-pro. It's really just a lower level pro league. Do you still feel the same about college, Wade? With the money being spent, Batman being bulletproof makes it more extreme. Yeah, in the Nolan films, like when Two-Face shoots him, you think he's taking damage, right? Like, you blame Kaepernick. Still mad about Kaepernick 10 years later? I mean, listen, if that is what it is. But I just find that interesting. Kaepernick should be the next Batman. Yeah, you know what? They're putting a lot into Lego. Because I've played some of the Lego Batman games. They're putting a lot into this one. I definitely think they're trying to seize the opportunity they have. There's 2 things. One, Warner Brother Games has been failing left and right. They failed with that Gotham Knights, Suicide Squad, and it wasn't a total failure, but it was. And the Mortal Kombat 1, where they rebooted Mortal Kombat. They wanted that game to make a lot more money than it did, and it just didn't. So these three games, they've kind of bombed, and so they're trying to do something safe and basically take the Arkham games and put them into Lego Batman and put the same engine into Lego Batman and use Lego Batman as a way of kind of get more goodwill with the gaming fans for their products. And then they're going to do Injustice 3 probably next year or the year after that. And then we'll see what they do from there. Yeah, like Kaepernick. Yeah, Kaepernick should be the next Batman. But like, man, you guys are still. That was 2015. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna tell anyone how to feel about anything. But like, nobody died. Like, it was just a psyop. I mean, that was of all the psyops they've done to the people. That's one of the more tables. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he does. Like, come on, man. I saw my owner was suing Goodell. Now I know they would never bring it in our favor. Maybe. All the way for the newest Superman was either that or Naked Gun. I didn't care for either movie. Yeah, I didn't want to see that Naked Gun. That looked terrible. I didn't see newer Superman either. I might go see this him though. I was thinking about asking Brojan if he wants to check that out. Yeah, Titans receiver cool. I thought Calvin Ridley was at least decent. Goodness, man, he just kept dropping the ball. It's like maybe this wasn't. We learning with some of these teams. Like maybe it's not the quarterback fault because we saw with Daniel Jones, which I've been calling all year. I feel good to get that one right. Why I'm like, man, Daniel Jones gonna be a lot better with the Colts than he was with the Giants because they got a better team around him. And Lord, I didn't expect him to have the best game as a quarterback since Peyton Manning in 2006, which he did. But he balled out. So, you keep blaming they kept blaming Will Levis. Will Levis. I'm not saying Will Levis was perfect, but it's like shit. If he has no receivers, I don't know what he's supposed to do. What is he? Is he supposed to just throw the ball to his fucking self? Fake jive accent. Yeah, that's not the whole Kaepernick character was always weird because he was like, when he went to the Super Bowl, he had the kind of the fade, and he had his white family that raised him, and then a few years later he had this long afro and he was like impersonating this revolutionary, and it was just weird. It's just weird. I don't know, man. It was just weird. And then Nike gave him a shit ton of money. But then, they didn't let him play. But then he was like, well, he's how good of a player really was he? That was a whole weird. That was another just psyop. Psyop for psyop's sake. Call of Duty literally getting worse. Yeah, another example. But people been playing Call of Duty since they was kids. I remember Modern Warfare 2 was that 07, 08. That's when I was playing it. And it was fun for a few years I played it. I used to love it. And I was not good at Call of Duty, but that's the only one I really played. Ratchet Senator Chick, I don't even know who we talking about. Only movie you want to watch is Tron and Mortal Kombat. I'm somewhat interested in Tron. Hollow's beating the AAA industry. Yeah, that's a good example of an indie game with a lot of clout to it. I got the first Hollow Knight. I never beat it, though. Another game I never beat. But yeah, Hollow Knight, I knew what you mean. Yeah, Hollow Knight is got a lot of hype behind it. Does it come out like in a few weeks or a few months? I can't remember the date on that. Ratchet Chandler. Is there a chick in what? Not all Kaepernick, but parts of it. Mortal Kombat 2 is what I mean. I knew it was Mortal Kombat. They canceled. Yeah, they did cancel Wonder Woman game. They threw it in the trash after the second one crashed and burned. Yeah. Lego 1, they unlocked it and figured it out. Hornswoggler's Batman, maybe. Haven't cared since the Broncos won Super Bowl 50. Haven't been good for a while. Well, last year you guys are pretty good. I have not seen Weapons yet. I'm probably going to have to check that out at home. Let's go, Jags. Who did the Jags? Oh, they beat up on Carolina, which kind of sucked. I was hoping more for Carolina. I lived in Charlotte, and so I kind of root for them. But they had no answer defensively. Someone fired Jerry Jones. Oh shit, yeah. I don't know if we even talked about. Hey, Tree Rock, appreciate you being here. Who won tonight? The Vikings won. They came back on the Bears. After really the Bears' offense didn't look that great, to be honest. I mean, they did make some plays down the stretch, but they had a huge chunk of the game where they were just not getting the job done, and that's the reason that they let the Vikings in it. Ugh. But yeah, Jerry Jones. Yeah, I wanted to fire Jerry Jones. I really wish that the biggest rivalry that I had in my division didn't have one of the best defensive players in the league. That would help because he did not. He let us have it the other day, and Micah Parsons, and I'm, of course, a Lions fan, and they had to go against the Green Bay Packers. And for those who's like, what? I just heard a bunch of teams. Sports ball confuses me. The Green Bay Packers just made a trade with the Dallas Cowboys for Micah Parsons, one of the best defensive players in the league, and they went against the Detroit Lions, and they put the beats on the Detroit Lions, whose offense looked trash. But I don't think Micah Parsons was the only reason our offense looked trash. I think the fact that we don't play in the preseason because everybody done gotten bougie since COVID. They don't want to play their players in the preseason. So the first few games, is basically preseason. Yeah, white. He was a mixed race person. I don't know what was going on with him. You know what? I had actually stopped watching. I stopped watching for the violence. We are not the same. When they start getting, started throwing flags at some of these hits in like 2012, that's why I'm kind of done with this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Because I hate to say it like that. That made me sound like I'm a brutal sociopath. But I do like violence. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't want to be in violent situations and experience violence or transgress violence upon other people. But I do like watching violence, rather simulated or real, on the screen. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, that's something I enjoy. And so when the NFL started to mitigate that just for the quarterback and started to do all this stuff, and then the fake slides started to becoming a thing, and they would, the quarterback's so great because he made it look like he was about to slide and then let up, and sometimes they were getting – it's just like, I don't want to watch this. So I stopped watching really. So when that Kaepernick stuff was happening, I didn't really have a bird's eye view into what the fuck was happening, just that everyone was upset. And he wasn't even the first one. That's the most interesting thing about the Kaepernick game. Marshawn Lynch was one of the first people I remember kneeling, yet he's gone on to become this, like, beloved person for, like, you see him in commercials, he's been in movies, and he's been beloved, but everyone hates Kaepernick. I don't understand that. They don't even talk about him being the first guy to kneel, because he was. Weapons was amazing, twist villain, confused a lot of people. The film is not about school shootings, I see. Steelers barely won by 2. I did watch that game. That was crazy. The defenses did nothing. Neither defense did anything in that game. It was just whoever had the ball last was going to win, and Steelers basically did. I mean, that game was wild. And these are supposed to be two defensive teams where the defenses did nothing. Steelers were supposed to be, we still run the ball and stop the run, and they did neither. They did neither, and needed Aaron Rodgers to get in the damn DeLorean and be like, 2016 Aaron Rodgers again. Because he really was. He threw 4 touchdowns. It was fucking crazy. New Cowboys have Jones' sons take ownership, keep him as a face. They may have already done that, though. Real Wade. This might be his son running shit now. Hey, Forbidden Ruin, if I didn't say it, and Real Wade, and Tree Rock, thank you guys for joining. NFL is gay. That's what they said. Football is gay as fuck. See, I wish they would stop doing this gay stuff, but I don't know, man. The thing is, NFL's for psyops, man. They gonna keep running psyops to the fucking NFL. They gonna keep running psyops to the NFL because don't nobody really give a fuck about the cheerleaders anyway. But of course, and you know what? I don't think they showed the gay cheerleaders. I was just watching the game. They didn't show them today, at least not the second half. They did not show them in the second half. Weaponized zestiness is undefeated in the NFL. Yeah, they do. Funny thing about the Kaepernick shit, he started kneeling because a veteran told him sitting down for the anthem was disrespectful. He suggested he kneel instead. I did not know that. The whole thing was a psyop, man. Don't want players dead. I don't want players dead either. I'm not trying to say, like, yeah, kill them. But I just, 2K. I want the 2K College 26, Madden 26 NASCAR. How do you feel about I've heard a lot of people think that this year's college game is not as good as last year's. What do you think about that, Wade? To me, reading a bunch of other stuff. That's why I don't care if it's on family TV. Then I'll watch it. It's worse. But do you think the college NFL game or the college football 26 is as good as 25? That's what I'm trying to ask. You know what? Speaking of games, got an hour in. Let's get whooped on Tekken. I was thinking about being racist, but since the NFL told me not to, by painting on the field, I changed my mind thanks to NFL. Oh, man, so you think college and Madden are worse? Damn. There was a lot of hype about that first year. About a lot of people really liked the gameplay of the first one last year, and then they said they made it more like Madden. I didn't want to trust it because to me it's still too animation dependent. Thanks, NFL billionaire. Well, I don't know. Maybe a kid or something. I don't know. In racism. Well, I mean, what do you want to say? Keep being more racist? Let's have more racism. Not enough racism? I mean, they shouldn't really, more racism. Thanks for giving us OJ back. You see he cut his hair? Travis Hunter, he cut his hair. I don't know if it was for the season. I don't know if it's for sociopath. I don't know what he going through at home. Apparently she's already pregnant. But, yeah, that's what he wanted. That's what he's into. As we just said, the NFL is gay, so who knows what he's into. More racism will solve a few problems. Hey. We'll talk about more racism. Uh-oh. Wrong thing. Sorry about that. Hold on. So this black screen of death. Uh-oh. Oh, jeez. This thing happened. Is it gonna... Oh, fuck this. Talking about chirp. I had time out the chirp. First man look rookie of the year in jail. So no, he's not gonna go to jail. You have never heard a chirp on this channel. What you got for sure? Oh, it's just that. Okay, it's seriously, I should tell you you have never heard a chirp. You never will. You never will. Fucking touchdown in the pockets. No, his wife is crazy. I don't know why he married this hoe, but he did, and so he's been getting made fun of. That's Travis Hunter. They told the story about him dropping her off at parties and all sorts of incel shit. But I mean, listen, that's what he wants to do. It's his business. Let him marry a prostitute. She gonna be touching down on those pockets. She gonna be touching down on those pockets. And I'm about to get touched up by a bunch of anime characters. Despite being a fucking robot. Oh, the vid almost has a 1,000 views. Pretty cool. Irish side of me here. I've been living with dogs for the past 10 years, 15 years, or whatever it's been. So I just can't let a chirp go because the dogs will lose their minds. Now on to this shit. Dogs are Caucasian. They're just dogs. I don't think they had dogs in the Caucasus Mountains. At least not to my knowledge. not an expert on the subject. Hopefully we can even find somebody playing these damn games. Shit. I'm not sure how popular. I feel like Tekken 8 is not as popular as Tekken 7. This is proving the point. I guess we need to keep talking. We're not gonna find anybody to play. Just fucking fight this. Hey, question, how you doing? You done missed most of the conspiracy shit we was talking. You know, now that you're here, what are your thoughts on? Because the shit we were talking about was body doubles. Start with I was watching something this weekend on the Beatles' Paul is dead conspiracy theory. And so we started talking about body doubles. Gucci Mane, Eminem is a body double, a clone. All these other celebrities. I think, who was it? I guess you could toss clothes into it, because what was the chick? There you go. Tila Tequila, I think it was. Said she was a clone back in the day. I don't know if anybody remember that. Or remember who Tila Tequila is. She's one of the first people to use social media. At that time, it was MySpace to get famous. We were talking about body doubles. Then we were talking about DC failing as a company, but you know all about that. And I'm getting whooped on by a white woman. It's another day in fucking Tekken paradise. That's it. And that's it. Perfect. Okay, let's slow this shit down. Who would have cloned that shovel for Drewski as Vision's clone, baby?
Round 3. Fight.
Golly. You say you don't believe in clones? You don't think people are smart enough to face it or the right but body double possible? Let's see. That's kind of what we were. They supposedly got cloning kids, but you can't clone to have somebody the same age. So if you clone a 25-year-old person, you can take their DNA allegedly. Because like you said, it could be bullshit, but as it's been reported, you can take their DNA and put it in an embryo. But you couldn't. There would be a kid with the same DNA. Jesus, why did I play this person?
Round 2.
Saying outrageous shit. Oh yeah, who want to clone Tila Tequila? I mean, I forgot how that old looked, to be honest. I forgot her existence. And I mean, that was a few years ago when she said it, so it's not like, it's not a relevant thing. God. He answered. Answer. Shout out to Iverson.
Round 3.
Oh, did you check out his handshake comic on Warpad? I still need to check out. No, somebody close Gucci, man. It's funny. People like Gucci. It's Gucci. I wasn't big into Gucci. I don't know if it's a clone or I mean, even if it's a body double, it might be a different dude playing Gucci Mane. If you told me Gucci Mane was an FBI psyop from Jump, I would believe you. Cause I didn't think he was that great of a rapper. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't a big Gucci Mane fan. He had a couple of songs, but I mean, anybody could pick a hot beat. You know what I'm saying? So he was decent at picking beats, but it's like you said, yeah, Gucci Mane was a federal agent from the Jump. I would believe you. And in that case, then, yeah, they just probably had a different dude play him after a certain point, because he was an agent. Oh, you did? You thought it was well done. Dicko would take him under his wing if he was around. R.I.P. Steve Dicko. That's what he did. Yeah, he's a pretty good writer, man. He's been writing for a few years, man. He's pretty good. Conspiracy theorists. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I think Chloe Gucci Mane's outlandish. Shout out to Chloe Gucci, man. Shout out to Gucci Chloe, man. Shout out to Chloe Gucci. I didn't really I like Living There. I just like the beat. I didn't get big into Gucci. He said, let me pick this? Okay. Agent Gucci 47.
Get ready for the next battle.
Listen, I definitely think Young Thug's a fucking federal agent. Him and Gun, all these motherfuckers, I think, a lot of these rappers, I think, have CIA or federal agent ties. So. That much I believe. I don't know if they cloned or body double Gucci, man. I couldn't tell you. I think it's fun to think about. Or Eminem, you know, that's the other one that a lot of people think. Yeah, Eminem, you know, obviously the most popular rapper of all time. Maybe it was a different person playing him earlier in his career than currently. I don't know. Yeah, they don't need to be agents, right? Just go with Vlad. I never understood the Vlad TV thing, other than people's insatiable need for clout and the fact that somehow he's been able to get it. Shit. Are they better off clone? Yeah. But I mean, I guess they wanted him to be some modern, like Kurt Cobain type dude. But yeah, he was. If you're talking about the rapper, the most popular over the past 10 years, I would have. Yeah, Triple X Tentacion. Even though I was kind of too old to catch that wave, I had never really seen nothing like that, honestly. As far as his wave, like kids really got into him. Really got into him. So yeah, you would think. But I think they, you know, they wanted him to be this like, you know, the Kurt Cobain, Tupac-esque, you know, where he's dead and what if he was alive type thing. Yeah, he still gets billions of streams. Yeah, he has a spiritual hold over the people. Allegedly, you know, not, you know, some people think Drake may have something to do with that. I don't know. Could just be the industry. I definitely think the industry kills some people. I've talked about MJ and Prince. I'll even toss Tom Petty in there just because the songwriters they were all the publishers. And then Mike bought other people publishing. So he had so much IP assets he wanted to still control. Drake doesn't have the minerals to do anything with his death. He's just chirping. Wasn't he the guy who put Billie Eilish on? I don't know what. Drake had a weird thing with Billie Eilish. That was kind of and we know he liked him young. And that was another one of those things that were kind of part of it. Just like he had the thing with, well, now she's like 25, but the fucking chick from Stranger Things, back when she was young, he would message her online. But no, I think Billie Eilish, her family was, I think both her mother and father were in Hollywood. And just her and her brother would just make beats and make music in their house. But I do think they had like lessons and things like that. They were semi-grown. But I'm not sure if I'm not saying Drake had nothing to do with that. 'Cause, you know, I was definitely not paying enough attention at the time she came out to know either way. But I knew about her family being in Hollywood. Her brother is very talented. I think they both are pretty talented, honestly. I'm not about to bump the latest Billie Eilish album, but compared to Sabrina Carpenter, I can see why people would like Billie Eilish. I don't get it at all with Sabrina Carpenter. It just sounds so generic. It just doesn't even sound like music is on. Like with this shit is on. Like this is the most background music shit. I just don't get it. I guess you just had to have grown up with her on Disney, and then you're just following that character along. Like that's the appeal. I don't think there's like and now she's in her quote unquote, I guess, bad girl phase. 50 millionth time they ran this damn play. They did it with, well, I guess Madonna was always a slut, but you know, they did it with Britney, Christina, Mandy Moore, Miley Cyrus, Rihanna, and all these other different characters. Well, now she's a slut. She's a bad girl. You make a song that's interesting. I mean, just in Sabrina Carpenter's case, make a song where it just sounds like a song that she's on. Golly. It takes 8 writers to come up with this. I'm doing this shit in my bedroom, homie. It takes y'all 8. It takes 8 motherfuckers to come up with. I don't even know any of her songs to make fun of her. I mean, it is background fucking noise. Muzak type shit. Yeah, she was a Disney kid. And that's the only thing I can think that would be the draw is you followed her as a Disney kid and now she's however old she is now, 26, 27. I don't even know the song Express. I think I've heard of it, but I wouldn't know if it came on. sir. Nope. Put up was on wallpaper. I couldn't even tell for a while. Ugh. Yo, you remember when she kissed Drake and he looked disgusted? So that's how I knew women was capable of sexual assault that day. He looked disgusted. Y'all look that up if y'all want. Ugh. Madonna to me was never even that cute. That was not what I was doing. Yeah, those Disney girls did have to spread. And the sad thing is, probably at a younger age than they should have, too. Hey, Mr. Grant Gregory, appreciate you being here. I wish I could button spam my way out of this. Oh shit, I'm fucked. Damn it, I'm about to lose. I appreciate you being here. Would have got a Rico charge. What? I don't know how these Rico charges work anymore. Got him. Bunch of those Disney girls coming out. There's something weird happening at Disney, just like it was something weird happening at Nickelodeon. We know about Dan Snyder, but we don't know about the Disney execs that were creep. So, you know, and I mean that's been a creepy thing since I mentioned Britney Spears and guy from NSYNC was there. The Mickey Mouse Club, was that the 90s? I mean, a lot of the Hollywood is getting. Remember the Demi Lovato thing? I was thinking about that the other day. Poor Ellen Page. She went full with it. Demi Lovato played like she was gay when it was like 2020 and shit. And now she's like married and shit. And just lost weight and she's just a normal person now. Fucking Ellen Page went and got transgender surgery and all this shit. And now she's stuck with it. You know what I mean? There's no way. She can't go back. You know, it was like a little trend to act like you like eating pussy and be a lick a lot of puss, and now that the trend is over, some motherfuckers went back to their normal lives, and this chick ain't got no titties anymore. So that's just wild words to think of. Now, granted, she didn't have, I mean, she wasn't, you know, she was mid to jump, you know what I mean? She really didn't have no titties to jump. But, like, now she has no titties at all. Like, she cannot lactate. She's fucked up her whole biology over a trend. And you don't even see her in movies and shit no more. Not that you was anyway. I mean, when was the last time? Inception, that was fucking 2010. It's just crazy. That's true too. Makes sense. They probably got, hey man, they got diddled by those execs. They did get diddled by the execs. I'll give you that. And yeah, God ministry. This is, yeah, I got to make a video about Bud and Canelo. I don't know who to fucking pick. I do not know who to pick because boxing has become so fucking generic. Nobody fights. The last time Bud fought was Majimov, and he didn't look that great against him. But I mean, when's the last time Canelo fought a real contender? Bivol back in 2021, 4 years. So it's like none of these guys are really fighting. I can't remember the last time either was in a fight of real consequence that really mattered. And so I'm like, part of me wants to say, well, I think Terrence Crawford's the better boxer of the two. But it's like, well, what am I basing that off? She was always gay, but she wasn't always a dude. She could always, eat pussy and go back and live her life. Now she's a dude. But yeah, she always had that bush lesbian energy. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, Crawford's a better fighter. You said Canelo's a fatty. And the thing is, it's still the weight. I know Crawford has sparred bigger guys before, and I get that, but he hasn't really sparred. Like, Canelo is used to getting hit by and hitting guys that are like twice his size. Like, even like a Bivol. You know who Bivol was? Like 6 foot, 180. That's a lot bigger than 5'8" or 5'7", 150. And I'm sure he'll be like 160, 170, whatever he is. He might even be 180. I don't know when he gets in the ring. Because, everybody does the little weight cutting thing anyway. And Crawford, was allegedly, he wasn't as bad as Errol Spence was, where Errol Spence would be damn near 200 pounds, still trying to be a welterweight. We'll see. Every single West tie stuff. We got. No, you don't. But that's my thought. I'm probably gonna pick Crawford, but I don't feel confident about picking him. Like, and I wouldn't get shocked if he lost. So I'll make a video. I am gonna make a video because I ain't made a video about boxing in a while. This is the biggest boxing event we're gonna get, unless you count the bullshit with what was it, Jake Paul and Tank, which I don't, or who was it, Tyson and Floyd are trying to fight, and I don't count neither one of those fights. Those will both be WWE, which this fight probably gonna be WWE too, but not as much. And that's it. The fight is this Saturday? This Saturday, I believe. Got him. Oh, I don't know when. I don't know when the fight is as far as date. Like, I know or time. I don't know if it's in Vegas or if it's in UAE. I haven't been keeping up with the fight. I ain't even gonna lie. I've really been out of it with the combat sports. I did see the Usyk fight, and I made a video afterwards. And I'll probably make a video before and after this this fight, but I'm been really out of the boxing stuff. It's just because it hasn't been good. Nobody wants to fight. Everybody got mad, the Arabs, but they were the only ones trying to put fights together. And, they kept the heavyweight division interesting for a few years, but now, I think we're just waiting on Moises and Tuna. There's no other young heavyweight that seems like even worth a quarter of a damn. So I don't even know what's going on with boxing. What a waste of an era. Shout out to Usyk for making at least a heavyweight something. But all of these lower weight guys, and I'm actually not including Crawford in that. I'm really thinking of the Ryan Garcias, Tank, Devin Haney. What's the other one? Shakur Stevenson. Just all of those guys. They just can't help but to look at them as a disappointment. I don't care. I'll say all of them. I think I'm missing one or two of them. Yeah, and even Usyk, you know, I'll give you that he's more willing to fight than a lot of them, but it took 130 million. Got it.
Round 3. Fight.
Which, I mean, listen, good for him for getting it, but
Round 4. Fight.
fuck this guy.
เล็กไร้หัวใจอย่างแกไม่มีทางทำให้ข้าถอดใจได้หรอก
Is this like a One Piece cosplay? It just hit me. Guess I gotta fight him again for the thing. But yeah, I mean, I guess. You know what though? Canelo's younger than Crawford, isn't he?
รุ่นใหม่ของบริษัทจีน
We'll see what happens.
ยี่ให้เป็นเศษ
We'll
เหล็
see
ก
what
ซะ
happens.
เลย Round
That's another thing I'm worried about. You know, it's been a while since we had one of those Canelo screw jobs. That could also happen. But I'm not expecting, I'm not expecting a fight with a lot of fireworks. I'm expecting kind of a boring fight. Probably a boring fight that's argued enough over that they do a second one next year. Yeah, I've been very unimpressed the past year and a half of boxing. After being pretty boxing crazy, that's why I was making so many fucking videos. Better get some fat Latino. I wouldn't bet on this fight at all. No way. Get him! Double KO! No!
Round 2.
I would not bet on that. I would not be betting on this fight. I just do not think that's a smart. There's no safe bets. I am fighting Luffy, but he's on steroids. He's on and HGH.
Final round.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to bet. It's not. Like, I'm not gonna bet much, and I can see because this. We'll do hopefully my NFL show tomorrow. Hopefully I can do it during the day as well, and I'll go over my picks and my losses. I don't pick against the spread. I just pick winning. Some sick of low kicks. Spamming low
ไร้หัว
kicks.
ใจอย่างแกไม่มีทางทำให้ข้าถอดใจได้หรอก
But I'll go over, my misses and what I hit on. But I just wouldn't bet. It's just, as much as we joke about gambling, it just seems like a good way of losing your money. And there's a reason they have put so much into sports gambling the past 10 years. And Listen, there's people who are quote unquote professional gamblers and all that. That's your business, man. I don't like picking a sport that's, and I definitely wouldn't be one of these people. There are people who put like $1 million bets down. If you think Vegas won't make a call for 10, 15, especially if it's a bet they got to pay out something crazy, I mean, you got to be crazy. $10 million on a parlay and it pays out $800 million. You think Vegas ain't gonna make a call for damn near $1 billion? You must be out of your fucking mind. And I think some people don't like thinking that, don't believe that, or no, Vegas will make a call to somebody to make sure something that don't happen to them pay out no crazy amount of money. Quick smoke break before you whooped on in a half hour or so. Thank you guys for joining. Not really. What's been going on with Spotify? Oh boy. Middle East. I'm trying. No, I have not actually. Smart me up. Or at least I don't think I have. Oh man, at least I'm gonna get whooped on. For those who don't know, Pakistan is one of the best countries at Tekken. But no, I haven't. I mean, I know people get complain about it all the time, so I haven't really seen anything new. People always complain about the payout. Even with me, I'm working on my website, which that's something else I need to be doing. Between the website and the adding together something for a music video, those things I need to be doing. But I'm not prioritizing Spotify. I'm prioritizing YouTube and my website, YouTube Bandcamp and my website. Are going to be the priorities. Spotify is, it'll get on Spotify when it gets there, but like that's why stuff is coming out this month. It's not going to be. It's going to be only coming out YouTube this month for sure. Hopefully my own site. And yeah, that's for sure. At least something is going to be done. Spotify release. Who knows? We'll try to get both of the Spotify releases for both projects done this year, but they are not prioritized. Because I mean, why prioritize? What need is there to prioritize Spotify? The only thing Spotify does offer artists is discoverability, and even that is, you still got to do everything. That's still a crapshoot. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, this person got 22 wins, and it's playing like it's in mud. Why am I playing this fucking Pakistani scammer? This is nuts. And then they got Nina, who's already fast. Okay, cool. A lot of people pulling music off. So people are, because I'm losing this fight. But I'm not doing nothing defensively. So people are getting their stuff taken off because it's by. Now I've been hearing about that for years. So that's not a new thing at all. Where, and sometimes it's not even that. They just come up with some weird reasons to take your stuff off Spotify. I've heard that for years, that your stuff can get removed from Spotify at the drop of a dime for no reason. And they'll say it's body streams. They'll say it's something. And it doesn't have to be that. But I'm sure it's happened where it is. Like you said, people create a playlist. They bought the streams and they put your song on it. being able to post their music and verify it, and then it paying less because they include audiobooks, voice streaming. It's wild as fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna be pushing. Like I said, Spotify offers discoverability, but I'm never gonna prioritize it. That's, I think, really I got that from Rock. He's the one he'll take forever to release his shit on Spotify. He doesn't mind using YouTube and his own site as to release things and having Spotify a month later, something like that. So that's where it's like, instead of just waiting till I get everything perfect, let me just put the shit out on hold. Which I should probably have everything organized in the next month or so too. But I'm probably gonna put it out on YouTube in the next few weeks and start. I really should have something out on YouTube this week. If I wasn't a lazy asshole, I'd have a video done. We'll see. We'll see how tomorrow holds. If I can get a music video edited off of found footage, we might have that shit up tomorrow. Shit. Have a video up tomorrow and then be posting on it throughout the week until we can do more videos and start putting out more projects. But yeah, Spotify's. I'm still going to put out on Spotify, but I'm not prioritizing it at all because there's just no need to it. All it offers is that people are used to it and it's discoverability. But I don't even know if it's more discoverability than YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. That's why I'm to those things. And it's because you have no choice. Spotify, and that's why I got to get my site done too. I got my domain. I actually, speaking of AI, I may use AI for the site. I've been just lazy at looking into doing the artist site. And then I got to find a merch provider too. I don't know if you noticed. I've taken shout out to Real Wade because that's how I found it. But the DTP, I bought a shirt just to test it. I did not like the way it came out. I'm not totally done. I may redo the design, whatnot. But I got to find a direct-to-garment printer that I want to use for merch. Because the one I had, which I don't think anyone bought any merch except me to test it out. I think Gomer Kyle back in the day bought a shirt. Hey Tommy, appreciate you being here. Shout out to Slasher, hopefully he's doing okay. I'm getting slashed up at Tekken, as you see. But you know what? Spotify is evil. It needs to be taken over. I'll use it for these first couple projects. I'm not going to prioritize it. I'll put a little bit of marketing towards it. We'll see what it does. And I guess because that's the reason people still deal with it is because there's so many fans that are just so accustomed to Spotify. And so it's almost a service to those people. Well, I think music, I think Spotify. And those people are ruining society because it's like, man, if we can get the fan off Spotify, this wouldn't even be a problem. And in some genres, Bandcamp, I was watching, now I got to start thinking about marketing shit. So I've been watching some of this indie marketing blogs. There's blogs for everything in this world, right? And they were saying, how, and they were all from different genres. So they all had different experiences with Bandcamp. Some would say, man, Bandcamp is the best thing on earth. And the others like, well, no one in my genre gives a shit about Bandcamp. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that depends. But I don't think hip-hop has that problem. Honestly, I don't even think synthwave has that problem. I think both are pretty Bandcampable. But apparently certain genres, some people do have a more commercial, more conventional pop sound. And a lot of those people are not going to be on Bandcamp. But I feel like I should say. Sir. I don't trust AI myself. That's true. Data theft is a big thing. I'm going to see what the best option for an artist website is. We'll look. best economical option. Obviously. Now you got infinite money. Golly. Don't freeze. Oh, you're plugging. You're plugging. It's frozen. Plug is when people quit. There's no quit option. That it? They have a little sliver. Distributor fine print. Some are putting. Yeah, I've seen that too. And I gotta look that up. I was going to go with, what's it called, United Artists, but I gotta see if they have that too, where they could train the AI in perpetuity. I would say that would be my limit. That would say, okay, well, I'm not using Spotify then. If United Masters, if they have that in their TOS, then that would be my last straw. That will be my absolute last straw, and I won't put anything on Spotify. So thank you for mentioning that. If they have anything AI, like using my material, using material to train AI, I'm not gonna rock with it. But Boosh, hey Boosh, yeah, that would be the limit. That would be the limit because it's now it's like, well, what? Well, nobody's expecting to get paid off Spotify directly. You're just hoping that it gets discovered. And now you're going to take it. TuneCore has that, and the rest probably will follow. Yeah, he does. And at first I had it, first he got me for the round, and then I started to kind of time it. But he ended up fucking I fucked up too much. I fucked up too much earlier in the round. Appreciate you being here. Still streaming. We've been talking about body doubles, ethical racism, all sorts of weird things. I don't know if ethical is the right word. Rather not the CIA clone Gucci Mane. I am done. Wow. I just it was a cutscene. I didn't have a choice in the last minute and a half. That's probably exaggerated. He just kept bouncing me off those fucking walls and I couldn't do it. Oh my God. I'm sick of this lag switching this shit. That makes me want to avoid all streaming. And yeah, the discovery portion is wildly exaggerated. Honestly, like I said, still to this day, even though I don't use it as much, I feel like TikTok has been the most. No platform puts your material out to the most people. And I'm not somebody. I don't like using it as a consumer personally, but now that I'm doing more short content, it's just like, well, it's obviously doing better than, and then YouTube's probably second. And then I say Instagram is, the worst of the three that I'm using, but it's like, well, every social, racial, economic, other issue, still for lack of more. I discovered what it's about. Michael Brown, I don't remember Michael Brown. I do watch Chop Music Eternal as I get wrecked. I do watch her. She's a girl with red hair. And yeah, she kind of actually has put me off of wanting to do streaming anyway. Her, what's another? There's a couple channels that talk about it. Even what's his name? Curtis King will talk about a lot of music stuff in the modern music publishing. Maybe it's just trying to be direct to consumer. I don't really, it's funny. There's artists that I follow. I don't follow them on Spotify at all. I played Cash Star. He's another synthwave artist. There's other like undergroundish artists that I follow off of either YouTube or Instagram, and it's like I don't follow their Spotify. I just know them from YouTube and Instagram. So I know a lot of people want to use Spotify as a metric, but we already know those bots can be bought. So Ben Jordan got 23 of his albums taken off of streaming. That's nuts. I was showing some clips out on the manager, asked what the children were watching all day. They showed me, no wonder they're so fucking stupid. Yeah, I'm not a big TikTok guy. I mean, it's bad enough I'll doom scroll on YouTube Reels. Oh, no, it's no TikTok. I'm a boomer and I'm old. I don't know these things anymore. Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts are these different brand names. It's the same shit. And I'm starting to put, since you can do up to 3 minutes, I'm starting to post stuff like this.
Round 3. Fight.
People have a strong more. I don't listen to that. Oh, Martin. Oh, you talking about the kick? See, he's spamming that kick. I'm gonna start spamming this shit. Do it again. I know you got me that time. He is spamming that game. Got him. Yeah, that's it. You've ever seen it produce? Go. Forever combo. I will say this, they don't do that much damage as much as they used to. Some of those forever combos. God, it does hit me sometimes, though. Got him with this. Make sure to cleanse your channel. Maybe I have the music channel. That's the thing I might do, is just post the music. Honestly, that was kind of the plan, to post on both channels and then going forward only post music on the music channel. So maybe we'll. It works. High Trust Society has a higher moral standard with a culture imports tens of millions of people from the third world. Low Trust Society, the produce stands go away. Everything NY is locked up. Keep it clean though. The shit yeah. I could just go back to doing the music, post the music stuff on the music channel. You know, I mean, for that to happen, I would have to stop streaming. Which I feel weird when I don't stream. Like, I haven't been streaming as much the past few months, and it feels weird not streaming on a regular basis. It really does. So that's my own issue. Like, if I were just to go total corporate mind, the thing would be to stop streaming. Just do short form content. Short form content with no curses and music content, and that's it. And honestly, I mean, streaming It's weird. They'll push vertical streams. They push those some of the time, but then, you know. So I don't know. All right, man. Have a good night. Wow. Shout out to the Baselines, Tommy. Another one in XCOM's Let's Play tomorrow. Yeah, watch out. If you got like a link for it, like a whatever, where it's like a Premiere link or whatever. If you got one of those, you can drop it, or just drop the link to your channel. But yeah, have a good night, Boosh. And this is, I think this is a L. Maybe not. Keep PC on the music channel. Yeah. I want to start back doing. I wanted to actually start doing Synthwave Saturday night streams from my phone. Got him. It's not a premiere. Okay, well just post the link to your channel. And everybody, if not sub, make sure you sub. Make sure you look for it at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Yeah, please. Got him. He's gonna keep spamming that question mark hit. Fight. Venus Theory dropped a vid about the stream BS yesterday. I'm gonna check it out. Nobody, yeah, notification. And they listen, they're funky about sending out notifications. They don't always send them out, even if your people sub for them. That's just the unfortunate truth. Something's been broken about YouTube's algorithm for some years. I say something. They did something during COVID, and they fucked it up permanently. And I don't think they know how to unfuck it up. Not that, you know, there's been times where it's been a little bit of a more smoother algorithm. Just this, you know, all the NFL videos I've made, and for them to do as pitiful as they did, like, I know I'm not an expert, but I see videos that are worse quality than what I was making do much better. So, it's something, you know. I'm not just saying I'm so excellent that I should get great numbers all the time. There's nothing but it is what it is. YouTube's been on the warpath. Yeah, I've noticed it for months, really. I noticed it the whole time. I would say this whole, since, what, May? It just hasn't, it's felt a little jank. Hell, I saw them take away views of my shorts. I've seen them do that since I've done more. So, I mean, it's just all sorts of jank shit. New it's inside your channel is not kitty safe. Set to restricted mode, your subs won't get notifications. Yeah. And so Let's do it.
Get ready for the next battle.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it goes in waves. Sometimes it's worse. Sometimes it's a little more fairer. Like I said, I'm gonna try the 3 platform thing. Hopefully, I can edit to get some visuals. Music thing. Shit. Man, we gonna get whooped on by the anime girls. Yeah, Venus did. Right?
Round 2.
I'll see after this. Fucked. There's a good possibility YouTube go next MySpace. Yeah, I think a lot of these platforms are going to MySpace themselves. Honestly, I'm surprised more haven't. And YouTube really, I mean, YouTube had the biggest advantage of all of them. But it lost track of what it wanted to be. It started to want to be Twitch, now it wants to be TikTok. And it's neither. And yeah, I don't think it's unthinkable. I think some of these companies think they're too big to fail. But we saw, remember Kmart? Remember when Kmart was Walmart? Pepperidge Farm members. You know what I mean? And like you said, when MySpace was the big thing. And even Tumblr. Now you got Reddit and all this other shit, but you remember when Tumblr was huge. Tumblr was so huge when it went away, other platforms. Tumblr was so huge that when it went away, it changed pop culture because other platforms got so invaded with the Tumblr crowd that it changed what was normal. Literally. When Tumblr was still around, nobody knew all these different genders. When Tumblr ended, that affected the mainstream because it had nowhere else to go. That's how big Tumblr was. And it's gone. So anything could fail. I don't think any of us realized how big and important Tumblr was at containing that shit. So that all went to one place. Nobody saw it that didn't want to see it. And the world was happier for it. When that shit went away and it affected all the mainstream, you end up with they, them everywhere. And that's, that's what really happened, man. It's a monopoly. That's the thing. They do have the monopoly on long videos, but the gimmick is it's so much harder to get to those videos. Now, one thing that also they have now is YouTube TV.
Round 2.
Yep, banning porn. And they changed the world by doing that, literally. I'd have never thought I could say something like that, but it changed the whole face of the world because it made Twitter that place. And then Reddit that place and all these other places that were already bad enough. Yep, the rainbow colored butterfly effect. But you're right. You're right. Fizz. if you want long form video content, YouTube is still kind of the only place to go. But because YouTube has made itself about everything but that, they don't push that anymore. I mean, with the appetite, and plus you can do a 10-minute video on TikTok. So I can see them losing to TikTok long term by not pushing the fact that they have the long form video thing, by not pushing their advantage. You know what I mean? Why do people make fun? I don't understand it. Same with the thing, the furry thing. No disrespect. I think the internet allows for a little bit of a celebration of that stuff. So that's part of it. But yeah, that's a very good point, Tommy. If anyone in the age that said Macy and JCPenney were filed for bankruptcy, you'd have laughed. If you would have told me in the 90s Kmart would have fell off, I'd have laughed. And shit, I just probably laughed at Macy's and JCPenney's as well. They were just so ubiquitous. It's like, how can these companies ever fail? Ever. You know, no company is too big to fail. I'm waiting for Disney to finally fail. I'm honestly waiting for Disney and Warner Brothers to finally both fail. I don't see how they can keep going along, especially if Disney is starting to fail with the parks. But luckily, they got the weird Disney adults saving them. Trying to get a little bit more comfortable, Jack. At least this session, I feel. I've done a little bit of playing outside of streaming. I don't stream as much as I want to. I don't play video games much. I'm just tired all the time because of my daily schedule. Shitty diet. Yeah, I would like for that IP to be sold back, honestly.
Round 3. Fight.
Yeah, Fox was huge and they went down. So I mean, I can see it failing. And you know, like you said, they own 40% of the big IPs, and they're doing nothing with them. I would like for them to get. I think a lot of these IPs. One, we need new ones. We need to stop relying on old IP, and hopefully this year is taught with weapons and centers, and maybe even this hymn. We'll see how that goes. That hey, there's a space for new IP, and you should probably start pushing that. I think people are tired of Yeah, Disney bought Fox. Yeah, Meta is still around because the acquisition. Yeah, Facebook is not good enough to keep it on, but Instagram is. So I was doing good until I said something. Now I'm getting whooped on by the anime guy. That's it.
So, Ridge is already really...
Oh, man, that's serious shit.
Round 1. Fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at their terms of service as far as United Masters, because that was the distributor I was gonna go with. Or look up how their terms of service is. If it's got a bunch of AI provisions, they're using this shit to train the AI, then that's it. I'm not using it. It sucks not to use it and to only rely on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and my own page, because I know the normie still looks at Spotify as the main place to find music. And I know the normie still says, oh man, if I can't find music in Spotify, it's like it's not real music. And it bothers me that the normie thinks that, oh, that was smart. Got her.
Round 2. Fight. Round 3. Fight.
Got her. Got her. That it? Oh, they still want to smoke. Okay. This might be the last little session to play. This might be the last fight. If I win this one, I'm gonna call it. Probably shouldn't have called it, but. Definitely got checked to be mysterious. Thanks for saying that, man. Because initially I never really wanted to stream Spotify, but I came to a point where it's like, oh God, there's no way around it. But it's like, no, there's not. That's bullshit. It just pays too little. It provides too little, and like you said, the discoverability is not really there. And that would be the main gimmick to doing it. If there's no discoverability, then kind of fuck it. It's just the whole system is set up for independents to get fucked. Games is probably the place where they play fair. That's just because of Steam. And even though technically you don't even really need Steam, it's just people are used to it. But it does provide that marketplace and that little bit of extra visibility. But I mean, PC games, you could always do your own site. Even if, let's say you couldn't get to Steam for some reason. I know one reason might be Steam got rid of a lot of their risque games because of some weird organization, and I'm not really into this space. Y'all may know more about it than me, but Steam recently got rid of the 18 plus, which I'm not a big fan of this shit anyway. I kind of don't, I don't feel too bad. I feel like you should get rid of this gooner shit on one hand, but I'm not somebody who thinks my likes need to be regulated, so this shit should still be allowed, rather I think it's goofy or not. But they took down some of that shit. So, but if you are one of those creators and that's the type of, that's what you make, you can always get your own site going. You don't necessarily have to go through Steam. You're like, all right, Steam is getting gone, but I can get word of mouth off of, Instagram, whatever else. I don't have to wait for Steam. Just come off, my own site. Yeah, I've seen Top Music Attorney. I might have even seen that video. We're going to call it for the stream. F1 5, 4 out of 5. They still want the smoke. Commendable. Yeah, you're right with the risk of the reward. Because the corporate, because the whole way the music industry works is the corporations own Spotify. So yes, they don't have to pay the artists out nothing because they're making the bulk money on the back end. Sorry if you can't hear me because I went away from the mic, which actually should happen less. This is a multi-directional mic. You should be able to still hear me. Yeah, it's so many different ways for it to get fucked over, but you can always do your own site and shit. A lot of people, I'm about to buy. Shout out to The Midnight. I'm a fan of them. I'm probably about to pre-order the vinyl for their album that come out next month. I like their music. They're a synthwave artist. I play their music, but I like their music. So it's not like that's the thing. It's like I'm enjoying artists outside the Spotify system that aren't major label, or if they are, some people got some distant major label deal. Well, that's whatever. So it's like, man, you could, if I'm enjoying artists that I'm not listening to a Spotify, relying on a Spotify, still listen to their music, other people can find me, and I just got to deal with it, and just it is what it is. Because I just don't want it. I just don't want to deal with this bullshit. It's cheap enough. I get it. It's so cheap to put it on Spotify. Yep, you're right. There is GOG, Collective Shout, G2A. There's a few other platforms as far as video games. Top Music Attorney on TuneCore, which I may have seen. I'm going to look up United Masters, Terms of Service myself and read through it.
Imagine bringing your side
project. We're not doing those ads. And make the decision there. And I might, even if it's not there, I might just say fuck it. Because it's like, honestly, it's a waste of, I don't know if I have enough energy to post to 4 platforms or constantly market 4 platforms. I could probably market, when I'm talking about 4, I'm talking about YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and then Spotify. I could probably do 3 though, and just keep it on those 3. And with YouTube and my site being instead of Spotify, that 4th is my site. That might be the smoothest thing to do, because it's just, you know what? They're completely evil. This is the world they want. They want music to die, so they want everybody to have to go through them for music, and so it is what it is. It's super insane. Yeah, all the big labels, they still take your independent artist money. Exactly. So they'll still take your money, and they'll just only pay you out a few pennies on your music. They'll still do that. But the reason Spotify works as a business is because their payout to artists are not reflective of the money they're getting in. Collective Shout. Oh, that's the company that's censoring Gooner. Yeah, I didn't know the company name. Thank you. Collective Shout is the company I'm talking about, the organization or whatever they are. That Melinda Reist is the head of it. So yeah, like I said, I don't really like the Goonery games. I never played them. That's not my gimmick. Hey, Scrambles. We're semi-wrapping up. I guess we could still talk for a little bit. I'm just done playing video games. I was doing okay. It was a better session of Tekken than we've been having recently. But yeah, plus Bandcamp. They were bought by Corpo about a year ago. I haven't heard any craziness with Bandcamp. They seem to just be running it as usual. That's good to hear. At least, have you heard anything crazy? I haven't heard nothing crazy about Bandcamp. Still, ever really. And I was gonna put it on Bandcamp as pay as you want. So if you want to download free, you can download free. If you want to pay it a penny, you can. That's what it was gonna be, the whole project. Which, I've heard Bandcamp sometimes will want a month lead time, so that may take a month if that matters. I'll do that research to make sure. But yeah, Spotify's 0.04 cent a stream. It probably is less now. Yeah, Bandcamp. I've only heard good things about Bandcamp. So I'm probably gonna stick with that. Scrambles, another musician. Have you ever put music out on Spotify, Scrambles? And if so, what are your thoughts about it? We're talking about all these bullshit with all these distributors and TuneCore and CD Baby, all these motherfuckers, all these scams that have become mainstream in the music space. You said, no, sir. Okay, so you have not done any Spotify stuff. You got some dope stuff, too. as far as music goes. Some plenty of dope music. So if not done the Spotify thing, I got a small project I'm coming out with this month, an EP of music, and I'm debating on whether I should even go on Spotify. And I'm probably, with some of the stuff I'm hearing, I'm probably not, because if they're just going to use AI to train, the one thing that an independent artist has is originality. It's like, yeah, I'm calling this stuff synthwave, but my stuff doesn't really sound like any other synthwave project. It sounds like me, and that's all I have. You know what I mean? I don't have a budget. I don't have anything. You can say that I don't like this style, it sucks, or I do like this style, it's good, but it just sounds different enough to where it's my stuff. And so to just give it to AI is bullshit. And as some people has called out, y'all got so mad at us when Napster and then later LimeWire and Kazaa and all this stuff, and we were stealing stuff. And meanwhile, you're pirating so much material to feed these AIs. You're pirating. And that's what they're pirating, untold terabytes of material to feed these AIs, to train these AIs to do everything between writing, music, and everything it can do. And you got mad at a mom for downloading his mix CD. You know what I'm saying? Took her to court. And these motherfuckers are absolutely infringing on people's copyright, but no one gives a shit. Bands you were in were self-produced and funded, but that's when CDs were still huge, I see. I think, you know what? There are still people who buy CDs and buy vinyl. I'm kind of one of them. You don't buy them as often as you used to. It's not like it was in the 90s where, we were buying CDs every couple weeks. 3-song demo CD, mostly basic. Yeah. Streaming ain't shit unless you're a big label. Yeah. And I'm cool waiting on streaming. I wanted to do it just for the, it is a bit of a status symbol to an extent, right? To say I have my material on the biggest platform on earth for music, right? But they're making it such a toxic place that it's just not worth it. And it's much more worth it to just be somebody. I mean, I'm seeing people post, like I showed you that guy, Kyle Bethel. You mad at how poorly mixed his music was, but didn't matter. He's just been spamming the stuff on Instagram. He's got a decent following. He's got a tape coming out. That's all that matters. And he's able to promote himself, and he doesn't have to deal with a label. So that's all that matters. And, creativity shouldn't be corporatized. And you should be able to get your creative content to the masses without corporatization. And to be honest, given how much more difficult it was to get attention, it is still an advantage to live in this era, even without Spotify. I mean, even with social media, you can somehow get thousands and thousands of views on your products or product or whatever it is you do without having to put in all the advertising dollars to do that. So there still is something. So you wish you had a copy. I wish I had some of my old music. I wish I had some of it. We had put out like some mixtapes and shit, and that's just gone. I don't even have like the software. I have no copies of my old music. Wish YouTube has sub. Oh, does it have sub only chat? I thought I could do sub only. Huh. Participants. Reaction. Yeah, you know what? I don't think I can do sub. I thought you could. It has sub only chat. Maybe I gotta do it's a different part of the setting. Set the chat to subscriber. Yeah, I've seen it. I don't know how. I'm just trying to find out how to do it. So you don't think I've seen it that you can't do it. I just don't know how to do it. And maybe you got to be more monetized to do it. Maybe I'm not monetized enough. Community moderation. So I don't know how to do it. Oh, well. Oh, well. It is what it is. bots gonna end social media. I think bots might end social media. You keep talking about at least while I'm chatting to you, keep talking about these Instagram bots, and you were talking about the James Gunn. Like, I've never seen nobody get this much hype. I know like I said, we do probably pay more attention to DC just because, we've been following the Lego Batman hype and some of this stuff, both of us. So we're going to see more DC content. But these movies didn't make enough money to correspond to the amount of hype and the amount of bots that you see talking about James Gunn. So I think these are bot farms. I think you're arguing with a Samsung or an iPhone and Shanghai or Hong Kong or Mumbai or wherever the fuck it is. But I don't think you're arguing with a person. I saw a stream not long ago that was subs only. No, I think I never saw no hype. The most hype for a director I saw was Nolan, and I don't remember people fighting to the death like they fight over James Gunn over Chris Nolan. And so, but no, I don't really get bots here, but I do see them on Instagram, and not just for that. It just seems like for whatever you have on Instagram, there's going to be somebody to come say the opposite, no matter what it is. Now, sometimes with bigger channels, I'll see bots in the comments, especially some of the sports stuff. But like outside of that, I see more on Instagram. It doesn't math. It doesn't math for a movie that is a financial failure, no matter what you think of it, and to have this much hype. The sky is blue, no, it's white, no, it's orange, no, it's pink, no, it's purple. Man, there's some people that will argue anything on fucking internet, man. I'm starting to think, you know what? I don't think this is a person. I think this is a bot. I think the dead internet theory has something to it. Like, I think everybody in this chat is real right now. Was it 8-9 people watching? The porn infestation bot. Yeah, there used to be where you would have these weird bots show up. But you don't see them no more. People arguing the question over McDonald's. Oh, he showed that. I got a bot 2 comments on IG. You got a bot leave 2 comments. So you playing mediocre guitar. You're a decent guitarist. But yeah, I think IG has bots. I think IG's infested with bots. And then that's true too. That's a good point, since you do have the organic matter bots. They exist. The NPC is just organic matter bot, and there's a few of them too. There's enough of them to that's what makes it worse. You can't tell which type of bot it is, because you do got those NPC bots. They are around too, and they create chaos too. But I think if you took everybody, that's one of the. I'm not in favor of all this bullshit with the ID and shit, but one thing about verifying is you will find out a lot of people on the internet is bots. Or a lot of bots would go away that day. He also, I like he got a comment saying his page. Talk to him about his conspiracy theories. Talk about conspiracy theories. Yeah, that's the whole gimmick of the character is conspiracy theories. That's what the character was made for. I mean, he does a lot of DC stuff too, just like DC AU clips and comments and stuff too. Yeah, but you'll be trading something much more valuable. That's true. But yeah, that's the thing. The internet, the dead internet theory, I think is confirmed. I don't know how dead it is, but there's certainly a lot of a large percentage of it is not real. And we don't even know, we have no idea how much we're watching this AI. Get unsubbed from channels all the time. Yeah, I lose subs all the time. Make sure you're still subbed to my channel. Shit. I lose subs all the time for no reason. We don't know how many clips we watch that we watch that are AI. Because I feel like there's always tech that's more advanced than what we know, right? So AI is as advanced as it is, and some people are starting to feel like it's not as advanced, which I'm starting to be starting to lean towards that. At least with some of the limitations they have replacing people with AI, I think that they thought that we were a little bit more replaceable than AI is currently ready for. That's another can of worms. But with where they are with AI, I have no idea if most of the videos we watch are true. I mean, I would like to think I can tell when something's AI because it has that weird look, but maybe I fucking can't. Shit. Lose subs a lot. Yeah, I'm stuck at 870. I was at 876. Now it's 871 or 870. AI can't code for shit. That does tell you something. That's true. What is this?
Do you believe?
Okay, well, honestly, this is probably something to leave on. This is probably something to leave on. I'm thinking, I'm about to probably get out of here. We gone close to 3 hours. We hit 3 hours. Not quite. Whatever level you think tech is at, that's only what they're letting you see. So how much is advanced? How many we might be arguing over people that aren't even real. Or ain't real alive. We started off talking about presidential body doubles. Is Biden still alive? Is Trump still alive? Shit, they could be AI creations. We wouldn't even know unless you're seeing them live in person. Because with the level of tech, you can fake videos. I think video faking is a lot higher. I think the governments and powers that be have access to video AI that's a lot higher than what we have access to, and I don't think that's a crazy statement to make. And I also think they have used AI video for psyops for us already. I think we've already seen things that never happened, and we all believe they happened because they were AI videos. I think that's already happened. I mean, if you don't think, that's fine too. I know that sounds kind of crazy. Some people that's like, yeah, they can believe it, because the shit that we can confirm about these governments are evil enough. If I told you that the government sunk the Titanic to create the Federal Reserve, that would sound crazy, but it's something that happened. I'll tell you that the government sold drugs all across the country for years to fund wars in different countries. That would sound crazy, but it's something that's been confirmed. You know what I mean? There's a lot of theory. Shit, you think the government was not involved with JFK? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. These governments are evil. They're not for you. They don't. They say America first. Ain't America first. Is as we see, is Israel first, if anything, and America 15th, 20th, 1000th. You know what I mean? Not even on the damn list. If there is America, it's good. It's a rich America, not the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? So, all that rant aside, it is what it is. I appreciate you. We've gone through 150 episodes of VW Casual, which was the backup show for the Vigilante Williamson show, but it's now become the main show because I don't want to do all the heavier topics. And speaking of something a little lighter for the people, the gun don't jam. The pig says, never trust a suit. Yeah, never trust a suit. But I appreciate all you guys for being here. CIA need that Black Ops money sold. So they sold some crack. What of it? It's what it is. So we're going to get out here on something wholesome like this.
Believe that the Lord tonight has set you free.
Yes, sir.
Turn around and tell those people. Tell them.
I'm not gay no more.
I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I said women. I'm not gay. I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse. I would not put on makeup. I will